Wnba really proved himself over this last season.
And next, we'll give away our 2KTV Most Proven Award to the player with the most wins in the Proving Ground this year.
Congratulations, BTA TNB.
The WNBA just tipped off an exciting new season, but in NBA 2K25, the excitement has been strong since launch.
That's true, and the next winner earned the title of the WMVP with over 8,000 wins in W Online.
Congratulations, Bishop. We have Bishop on 2KTV right now. You are the winner of wins in the W. So congratulations, Bishop. How do you feel?
I'm really excited about it. I really didn't know I was in the running for it. I've been playing a lot this year, and I'm really happy that I can not only win the award, but also maybe showcase something.
Let's be talking Minnesota Lynx starting lineup. Starting at small forward, number 6, Bridget Carlton. At point guard, number 10, Courtney Williams. Starting at center, number 8, Alana Smith. At the other guard position, number 21, Kayla McBride. Starting at the other forward position, number 24, Nafisa Collier. The head coach of your home team. Let's hear it for your Minnesota starters.
Hello and welcome to this 2K Sports presentation of the WNBA.
Tonight we'll see the Dallas Wings as they play against the Minnesota Lynx.
Here with Tim Swartz and Brian Vanafitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and it's good to have you with us. And it's safe to say this game will be won or lost on the boards.
Well, it's how these teams control the game and get themselves extra possessions.
Well, not only that, but limiting their opponent's possessions. That'll be a huge key in this one.
Now here's Smith. Back to Wnba. 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Kept alive. Back to McCowan. Hines Allen. Pass to Carrington. Beyond the arc. Tries yet again. And McCowan with the layup.
What an absolute force McCowan is down low. The board, the points, what a talent.
Right outside. Here's Collier. It's good, and she makes her first shot of the game.
Coach has always told me that if you battle for offensive rebounds, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like she got there.
And just a huge hole in the defense, and she didn't waste any time going through it.
And the call is going to be an illegal screen.
Well, I just think an illegal screen, it's one of the toughest calls for an official to make.
Yeah, you have to appreciate how difficult a job they have to do when it comes to making calls like that. It's not as easy as people might think.
And the refs in this league just do a great job.
Now here's Smith. Here's Carrington. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Williams with it. Guarded now by Wnba. Pass to Collier. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Don't let her position or a 6'2" height fool you. Collier moves like a guard, a tough cover as the roller.
Smith, covered by Collier. Here's Harrington. It's stolen by McBride. She's now 1 for 2 with that.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far.
Well, who doesn't love a guard who can be prolific while also being efficient? And that's what Kayla McBride does. She makes very few bad plays.
Well, it starts with great shot selection, right? She makes the smart pass rather than the flashy one. Keeps the turnovers to a minimum. She's someone who trusts to read the floor and make good choices.
Smart take by Hines Allen, fouled in the act. She gets to go to the line.
She's getting her first free throw attempts of the night. And that one misses.
Well, back in the early 2010s, the Lynx went on one of the best runs we've ever seen.
And forget, WNBA, we're talking one of the best runs in American pro sports history. From 2011 to 2017, 4 titles, 6 final appearances, sustained excellence we haven't seen since.
He's off on the second.
And this Dallas franchise once represented the city of Detroit, and that's where they won 3 championships.
Yeah, joining the league in year 2, 1998, they enjoyed lots of success in the Motor City. But then they moved to Tulsa in 2011 and then to their current home of Dallas in 2016.
They're shooting 80% so far. Obviously, it's early, but offensively, they're looking great.
Pass to Wnba. From down in the low post, it goes.
Wow, did she ever sell that pump fake well? Worked to absolute perfection.
Smith outside, and there's the call on Carrington. That is her first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Smith inside. McCowan's there.
McBride outside. 6 on the shot clock. Blocked by Melissa Smith.
What timing from Smith on that block attempt? You got to time those absolutely perfectly to get them.
So it's Dallas now. Outside Wnba.
Pass to Carrington.
Hines Allen. And it's blocked by Courtney Williams.
Wow, you don't see that often. The 5'8" player, Williams, with the rejection.
Yeah, count it.
That's just showing off right here, guys. She is too good with the crossover.
Now Carrington.
Pass to Smith. And here's Hines Allen. Wnba from long range. Here's McCowan. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards here in the first.
Yeah, coming out of the gates with great energy. Kind of like they got shot out of a cannon. They're really setting the tone.
Boom.
Now here's Collier. 6 points for her. And here's Kayla McBride from the arc.
Yes, and it's Lisa Collier with the assist that time.
With a smooth touch from outside, McBride's versatility leaves defenses pretty vulnerable.
It's good on the putback.
She's having a nice quarter, scoring with confidence.
Pass to Smith. Carlton. Now here's Williams. Offline with the 3.
She may have been surprised to find herself so open. Maybe that's why she missed.
Here's Wnba. That one drops for her second bucket. Marker 2 for 4.
Defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And if they don't start showing some aggression, things are just going to get worse.
Now here's Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Collier can't get it to go.
Dallas leading.
Pass to Carrington.
Back to McCowan. Hines Allen. 4 on the clock. There's Wnba with the 3. And it's Collier with the rebound.
What a start they've gotten off to on the boards. They've come out banging.
And I've seen it a million times. When a game starts off like this, there's an intimidation factor that comes into play.
Here's Carlton. Collier
side. Alyssa Smith grabs the miss.
We don't see that too often. Plenty of space, and she whiffs on an open jumper.
Pass to Wnba. Now here's Smith. On the wing, Dejanay Carrington. Smith outside. Buries it from three-point range.
Selective in when she takes threes. Smith is effective from deep, and that really helps his team with spacing.
Pass to McBride. Collier covered by Smith.
Remaining in the first 2 minutes.
Stolen by Hines Allen. And they're pushing it up. Here's Carrington. It's hauled in by Smith.
Yeah, her touch has deserted her this quarter. Nowhere to be found.
They get it again. Collier misses, and the dry spell continues. Now here's Carrington. McBride covering, and she gets it to go.
Boy, Brian, already they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Oh, it's incredible seeing the effort level and the intensity they're bringing here. They're just beasting on the boards. I love their physicality.
And Tim, we know success isn't always linear. Just look at Alana Smith. She's a perfect example of that. It took her a few years to claim her spot in the league.
Well, she was a top 10 pick back in 2019. She shot under 20% as a rookie. Alana was out of the league, but she had a great 2023. The Australian finishing 3rd in most improved player voting, and she has really got a spot in the league now.
And she makes the first. And in 2023, Minnesota finished as the 6th seed with a record of 19-21.
Well, Minnesota missed the playoffs in 2022, which ended their 11-year postseason streak. But they regrouped, and in 2023, they took the Sun the full 3 games in the first round, almost pulling off the huge upset. But what was most important was getting back to the postseason.
And that 2023 season for the Wings was their best season since moving to Dallas in 2016.
I mean, it was their first winning season, first playoff series one. They had a top 3 offense, played a fast pace, giving those loyal Dallas fans an exciting year.
Minnesota trailing. Here's Smith. It's good, and she makes the first shot of the game.
A player who can get creative offensively. Let's just say Smith knows what to do inside.
Outside, Herbert Harrigan. Pass to Harris.
Left side, Segrist.
Shoots over Uhas.
Segrist misses.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today. I love to see that kind of effort.
And it's already gotten them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Here's Harris.
Pass to Segrist.
Shoots over Uhas. Misses the fadeaway jumper. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Wings. They're up by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Neither team able to jump out ahead as we begin the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Wings, what do you guys think?
Really putting in the work on the offensive glass.
They've set the tone here early with hustles.
And here's Miller.
Wyatt so far offensively searching for her first points of the game. She nails it and right up.
So talented. She can make plays like that in her sleep, guys.
Now here's Harris. Outside Charles. Doesn't go that time.
Diamond Miller with some nice defense.
Pass to Heidemann. Broke loose. Harris with it. Now Herbert Harrigan. Here's Segrist. Yes, and a nice assist from Herbert Harrigan.
Those 2 points, almost a sure thing when they're able to get the ball inside to that position.
Here's Miller. Pass to Uhas. Here's Heidemann.
Gets it to go from downtown.
Good looking bounce pass to set up the basket.
Now here's Harris.
Defense is right there.
Now Holmes.
And Dallas again with the bucket.
Nice kick out after the D. It collapsed on her.
Here's Heidemann. Pass to Uhas. And here's Heidemann. Covered by Harris. Now here's Smith.
Over Holmes. Smith, no good.
Unusual miss. Typically, her skill on the inside trumps average defense.
Outside Charles.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Harris. From outside, off the mark.
Even with the decent coverage that time, she has every bit of confidence to drill that three.
Absolutely. Just keep shooting. I wouldn't bet against her the next time she's in that situation.
Now here's Peely.
Looking for her first basket still in this one. Trying her luck from deep.
And there's the foul. It's going to go on Uhas.
That is her first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions.
Dallas leading.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second quarter. Here's Harris. Drops in the tray.
Well, guards like Harris need to be able to stretch the floor. And there, she does.
Pass to Peely. Now Heidemann.
Jacks up a three. That's a miss. She's made one and missed one.
Charles in the post. McBride covering.
Pass to Holmes. Shoots a three.
Miller grabs the miss. And here are the Lynx now.
Trailing by 4. Shot to end the cold run. And it's good on the layup.
Where was the box out? Some easy second chance points.
Those kinds of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
And here's Holmes. And here's Harris.
Inside. And the basket by Holmes.
Great job spotting her teammate near the bucket and firing the pass in there.
Outside Miller. Pass to Uhas.
That's tipped. With her first shot attempt. That misses off the backboard.
Charles. McBride covering. Back to Charles.
Watch this, watch this.
For three. Bangs home the trifecta.
And if you leave anyone that wide open, you're just asking them to punish you, and they did that.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota. You know, with the length of the WNBA season, it can really fly by in a hurry.
Just when you think you're starting to get settled in, we've already played a decent chunk of the year.
And that makes each game count that much more. There's very little room for error during the regular season.
Ogunbowale. McCowan inside. Uhas is there. Here's Carrington. It's tipped. And they're able to recover. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good, and she'll go to the line.
At the line,
Tierra McCowan on the line.
Tierra McCowan.
That's on Kayla McBride.
In a league of tall players, 6'7" Tierra McCowan still stands out.
And it's not just about her height, it's about how she uses it. Entering the 2024 season, McCowan has the best career rebounding percentage in league history.
McBride with the ball. 5 points in the game. To end the run. The shot that time not on target. Here's the Wings with the ball. 10-point lead. This is their biggest lead. Smith covered by Collier. Pass to Hines Allen. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That'll get the ref's attention.
Well, another foul will give her 3 before the half. That's something to keep an eye on.
Williams. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Pass to Collier. Uhas with it. Good work defensively by Tierra McCowan. Carrington up top. Rebound by the Lynx.
If only she can improve on what's been a shaky day for her, they could really stretch this lead out, don't you think?
For 3, Nafisa Collier. Arike Ogunbowale with the rebound.
She has slipped into a real funk here.
Definitely. The basket is not looking very big to her. They've been getting it inside at every opportunity, and they're getting excellent results.
You know, that's a winning formula, pounding the ball down low, being aggressive. You know, they're being very assertive offensively.
On the wing, Dejanay Carrington. Back to Ogunbowale. And again, it's Dallas with the 3.
You know, you look at the stats, the assist totals, they just jump out at you. They're way ahead of that category. Ball movement has been key.
It's just a different mindset these teams have had.
Pass to Carlton.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
6 to shoot. And McCowan gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for her. The Lynx making a switch
First
here.
Team foul. In for your Minnesota Lynx, Alana Smith.
So the Lynx now. 15-point game. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 5. Here's Carlton. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
They've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers, too.
Yeah, it's been a gritty performance and a physical brand of basketball, but hey, that's how you win.
Bring your lunch pail.
Nakia Herbert Harrigan.
Ogunbowale. She's guarded by Williams. Pass to Carrington. 5 on the clock. Good, and the assist goes to Ogunbowale.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
McBride up top. Pass to Carlton. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
They are absolutely stroking it from outside.
Here's Herbert Harrigan. Here's Harrington. She's got 7. Here's McBride. Here's Smith. And she battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
a tenacious rebounder. Smith's able to do that because of her height and heart.
Pass to Herbert Harrigan. Smith, now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. A nice shot by Wnba.
They've really turned it around offensively.
Oh, you know, anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that any day.
Please don't take your eyes off her because she can make plays from multiple spots on the floor.
And this is her first trip to the line tonight. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Dallas with the ball. Wnba from long range. The clock runs out and we're heading to half. It's the Wings up by 12. We'll take a quick break and then get back to the action.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your youth dance squad.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair through the first 2 quarters, but there is plenty of time to mount a comeback.
McCowan with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Her play in the first half was very disciplined, very efficient. Her shot selection was consistently excellent.
That's right. And whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, she's taking only what the defense is giving her and not trying to do too much.
Hello and welcome back. Third quarter just about to get going in what has been a runaway of a game so far. And this Minnesota franchise is built around their star, Nafisa Collier.
Well, you think about 2022, Collier played just 4 games. The Lynx, they missed the playoffs. Last year, Collier took her game to another level, a first-team All-WNBA selection.
And first trip to the free throw line for her in this one.
Bridget Carlton, 2 shots.
And she knocks down the first one. She makes 1 of 2 that time.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. That's firmly in the driver's seat.
Rebounding, it's an effort stat. They've been the more determined team to this point. While she may play a lot of the wing, Mike Allen at her core loves battling down low.
And this is her second trip to the line tonight.
2 shots.
Shoot 2.
The first one falls. Both good at the line. And here's Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Pass to Carlton. Hits it from three-point range.
He draws so much attention. Williams can find others for easy buckets. Good dish.
And here's Smith. Carrington with the ball. Now guarded by Smith. And the basket by Carrington.
Tremendous job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave her a little pump fake, and it opened it right up for her.
To the paint. Here's Smith. Good work defensively by Tierra McCowan. And we're just about a minute and a half into this third quarter of basketball. And it's Carrington missing. Here's Minnesota. Down by 12. Pass to Collier. Back to Smith. Now Williams. No luck on that one. Enrique Wnba with some nice D. Carrington up top. 9 points in the game.
Carrington. Look at Carrington using her agility inside and using it to get to a point-blank shot.
Collier outside. Right outside. And the Lynx miss again.
Man, and they're 1 for 4 to start the second half.
Outside of Gunbowale. Out to Hines Allen. Pass to McCowan. Shot clock at 6. Here's Carrington. And too long on the shot. Right outside. And there's the call on Carrington. That is her third foul so far.
Tried to step in and cut her off. Not quick enough.
Yeah, just one step late to get there and didn't establish position.
Just a tough play for that defender.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. On the wing, Courtney Williams. Started now by Wnba. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot two.
And we continue to watch the development of Dorka Juhas. And Brian, she's really starting to put the pieces together. You can see it.
Well, at 6'5", she has the length to do damage in every phase of the game. I just think it's going to be a slow build. She's already increased her range, and she's looking much more comfortable out there.
First free throw is good. That one is no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason they have absolutely just controlled this game.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative for sure.
And it started out with the rebounding. It sets a tone.
Clock at 6. Here's Harris. And that's collected by Kayla McBride. Collier right side. Pass to McBride. Outside Williams. Over Charles. That one a tad offline right, but it drops in for her.
So much action these days out of the pick and roll. Williams is made for this type of basketball. A slick dribbling and good decision-making player.
And it's Holmes missing. And here are the Lynx now. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Peely. Collier with it. McBride. Guarded now by Gunbowale. And the basket by McBride.
Drafted for maximum efficiency. McBride's a natural playmaker.
Now here's Charles. Over to the left wing. Back to Kuia. Nice D from Nafisa Collier.
And she doesn't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions. She's been a bright spot in what has otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Now here's Harris. Wnba from long range. Missed the ball, missed her basket for a 5th happy pairing of the game. 5 for 9. Now a timeout called by Minnesota.
Everyone get loud and put your hands together for your Minnesota answers.
Changing it up here.
Squad, make some noise.
Now here's Miller.
Pass to Heidemann. He tries for three. Enrique Wnba pulls it in. Here's Harris. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
Terrific effort from Harris on that play. Doesn't back down, draws the foul.
This is her first opportunity at the line this evening.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And so she's able to get 1 of 2.
One thing about Nafisa Collier, she's great at many things. She's not a specialist. She's well-rounded.
Well, how about this? I mean, she's been top 10 in the league in scoring, rebounding, steals. Lots of them. Look for the 5 major food groups. She gives you everything at a high level.
Now here's Harris. Pass to Charles. Holmes. All alone. And that one's good.
Good recognition from Wnba. She's more than capable of understanding when her teammates are wide open.
Collier outside.
Now Peely. And here's Miller.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
She was one step ahead of the D in making that pass. Nice assist.
Down low. Wnba. And again, it's Dallas converting.
Well, her shooting has been outstanding. Definitely, one of the reasons why they're winning this game.
Tipped away. It's off her leg.
That'll be a kickball.
And the ref saying she kicked it. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Heidemann. Outside Williams.
Pass to Miller. Juhas with it.
Williams with it.
Covered by Segrist.
Shot clock at 3. Here's Wnba. Score the bucket. She is 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
This coach has to love when Wnba gets a steal. A tremendous ball handler. She can just go coast to coast herself.
Ball is turned over.
That'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Lynx able to keep the ball here. Collier with it. 11 points in the game.
Wings foul.
And there's the call on Tierra McCowan.
5th personal
That's her
foul.
5th foul.
4th team foul.
Outside Miller.
Just 5 on the clock. Takes the 13-footer. Alyssa Smith grabs the miss. Here's the Wings with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points.
2 minutes.
Back to Wnba. Good, and the assist goes to Alyssa Smith.
The D has no answer for Wnba, which is why she keeps getting the ball and capitalizing.
Pass to Heidemann. Now here's Juhas. Here's Miller.
And the Lynx miss again.
She kind of short-armed that shot after doing a nice job of getting open.
Foul call that time on the way up. And
First personal foul, third team foul.
Simon Miller picks one up.
At the line for the Wings, Madi Segrist. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. So both teams making some changes here. And she makes both free throws. This Lynx squad struggling. Pass to Carlton. Miller. Outside Williams. Shot to stop the drought. The shot's good.
They're not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. And they had a lot more attempts in the first half.
Segrist. Miller defending. Here's Smith. Here's Carrington. It's hauled in by Smith. Outside Miller. The kick out to Williams. Heidemann.
6 to shoot.
And stolen by Smith.
Now here's Wnba. Defense right on her. Here's McCowan. And that one drops.
Well, she shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. You know, like we say, she's been making music all day long.
68.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Wings up by 16. And fourth quarter basketball.
Slice the D wide open with this feed. Now, they really had no chance to prevent this basket.
Yeah, it was a great read of the defensive setup and also wonderful anticipation of the movement of her teammates before the pass.
And we welcome you back as we get going into the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Pass to Hines Allen.
Here's McCowan. Covered by Smith.
Here's Carrington. And they're going to count the bucket and send her to the line.
Second personal foul.
Three-point play.
At the line.
And when it comes to San Diego native Dejanay Carrington, a word you hear a lot when her teammates describe her is effort.
You're not going to find too many players who work harder than she does. Whether it's on defense or in the offseason or in practice, she is always trying to improve. Yeah, and one of the buzzwords that you hear about Carrington is aggression. He brings a very aggressive mindset every time she steps on the floor.
Outside Miller.
Fifth. McCowan with the steal. Here's Wnba. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
They're finding lanes to the hoop every time down. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Or at least some fight.
Parked down low that time and got hit with the 3-second call.
There's no excuse for that turnover. That's just a straightforward pass gone wrong.
Nafisa Collier.
Here's the Wings with the ball.
We played just over a minute here in the fourth quarter. And Wnba gets it to go.
She's finally getting the feel for the deep ball. Her second three of the half right there.
Collier outside. Pass to Smith. Shot to stop the run. McCowan with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that one.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Now Heidemann. Smith. McCowan defending. Smith outside. Just 4 to shoot. Drops in the layup for 2.
An intimidating interior presence. Smith uses her toughness to get her way down low.
Pass to Carrington.
Lets it go from deep. But they'll get another chance.
They get it back again. How many offensive rebounds have they had? Everything's going right to them
on the
today.
court.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Got a piece of it. Now here's Charles. Guarded closely. Now Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Charles.
Offensive rebound. Outside, Herbert Harrigan.
Call out the screen! Call out the screen!
Here's Harris. Rebound by Uhas.
She's had an off game, but her team has been able to pick up the slack and get it done here today.
Here's Ipupa. Passes on Delasini. Here's Peely. A rebound by Holmes. And it's the Wings ball. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Banked in off the glass.
Check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates on the same page.
Here's Ipupa. Pass to Peely. Uhas. Here's Delasini. So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Minnesota, Cecilia Zandolasini. 2 shots.
Two.
The first free throw is good. That one misses.
I like how they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second half, despite the deficit.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Tim, right? I mean, another good job of drawing contact and getting to the line.
You got to force the issue when you're down, as you're saying.
Knocked loose. And now the Wings fast break. Here's Harris, and it's in.
Harris.
You're seeing the high motor of Ty Harris, guys. She's so electric on the break.
Pass to Shepard. Peely.
The 3 is up.
Here's Uhas.
A rebound by Holmes. Dallas with the ball.
Outside Charles. Up top, Harris. Pass to Charles.
Just 5 to shoot.
And here's Harris.
No good with the triple.
And here's Zandolasini. Ipupa. Covered by Harris. Now here's Uhas. Here's Ipupa.
Over Holmes.
Here's Uhas.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and she'll shoot one more at the line.
For your Minnesota Lynx, Dorka Uhas. Shooting 1.
And the free throw, no good. Outside, Herbert Harrigan. Pass to Harris. Back to Herbert Harrigan. Now Holmes. Outside Charles. And the foul called on Kuia. That is her first foul of the game.
Second team foul. Checking in from Minnesota, Kayla McBride.
Now here's Williams. Shot clock at 6. Diamond Miller for 3. The rebound by Harris. Pass to Kuia. Now Charles. McBride covering. Here's Holmes. And the layup's good off the glass. Here's Williams. McBride outside. Miller. Here's Uhas. Over Holmes. Uhas, that's good.
You have to be disciplined on defense. Biting on every pump fake just isn't going to get it done. Trust me, I learned the hard way.
Pass to Charles. Rebounded by McBride. So the Lynx now. Here's Miller. Terrific assist and a nice finish. Just a solid play all around.
Understanding defense is better than most. McBride's a playmaker with an advanced feel for the game.
Harris with it. Williams there. Pass to Herbert Harrigan. That one falls.
Great shooting reflexes from Herbert Harrigan. Her team setting her up, and she knocks it down.
Now here's Peely. Covered by Kuia. And it's Peely missing. Harris with it. Pass to Holmes. Kuia. And Peely pulls it down. Now McBride. And here's Peely. Outside Miller. And there's the foul. It's on Diamond Miller. That's foul number 2 for her.
Way to get there first and absorb the contact.
Yeah, clearly no flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Here's a Wnba. Pass to Smith. And it's Collier with the rebound. Right outside. To the inside. Williams. Rebound Dallas. Here's a Wnba. Pass to Holmes. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's McCowan. McBride covering. McCowan with the bucket.
Encouraging to see McCowan extend her range a bit. Forces her defender out, adds some spacing to the floor.
Now here's Smith. And here's Carlton. And it counts. And so it's Dallas easily grabbing this one.
End of the game.
And this crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
Boy, for us too, it was shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. Never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the type of win they had tonight.
And that'll wrap it up.